All right, everyone. So this is Alien versus Predator for the Atari Jaguar, and this is probably the more, I guess I would say, more well-known game for the console. Now, here's the thing: is that yes, I can understand why this game would be like influential when it comes to the Jaguar and people basically knowing about it. But I'll be honest with you, I personally never really cared for this game. And I'll go into more details why. So basically, this is from Rebellion. So if that studio sounds familiar, that's because they're actually currently known for the Sniper Elite games. But before that, they were making different kinds of games, and this is one of them. So even though Alien vs. Predator on the Atari Jaguar was basically their first version, they actually made PC versions, and then later on they made a version for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. But this is the original iteration of Alien vs. Predator. So basically, it's a first person shooter, and essentially, you can choose from three different characters. And all three of them have different storylines and different objectives. So basically, I'm the Colonial Marine, and here is an alien. Oh my god, look how scary this is. Oh man, that's pretty scary. Should I really open this door? You know what? Fun fact, takes 3 shots. 1, 2, 3, and it's done. Alright, so here's the thing about playing as the Colonial Marine. It is a more traditional type shooter. However, this is the part where I don't really care about this game too much. And has nothing to do with the controls. I think the controls are actually fine for this game. Has nothing to do with the graphics. I think for the time for this console, I think it was actually pretty impressive given the platform. The biggest problem I have with this game is the map design. Okay? This is supposed to be like their own version of Doom for the Atari Jaguar. The problem is the way the maze. Look at that. I'm starting to get my words mixed up. The way this map is laid out is a maze. Okay? And the problem with that is that you don't really know where to go. Now, yes, you can pull up a map, and as you go through, the map will get bigger and bigger as you are going around. So, if I open this door, got some aliens, so we gotta kill them. 2, 3. Alright, so we're going to go to the computer and read the general log. This is supposed to give you some information, of course. But yeah, I'll just say this. When it comes to like more modern games in general, depending on the game, like I'll give you an example. I've been playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on PC, and you can literally just click a button and it'll basically mark the objectives or where you're supposed to be going. A lot of these older games, they don't really do that. They basically tell you where to go and they expect you to kind of figure it out. So if we go to level semantic, now here's one problem too. Unless you know exactly where you're at, this map isn't really going to tell you anything. Yes, it kind of vaguely tells you where things are, but the way this is designed does a really, really terrible job, honestly. So I'm going to go ahead and not go through there because when you kill aliens, their corpse are there. And of course, being that they're acid, when you step on them, it drains your life or your energy. So we're going to go ahead and go through this door. And go through this door here. And like I said before, the biggest problem with this game is the map design. And I'm pretty sure there's some aliens here. Yep. Oh no, an alien. One thing I will say too is that, hang on, let me get rid of these aliens. One thing I will say too is that even though there's no music, but there is like ambient noise. And it kind of fits for this kind of game. Because you have to remember this too, even like back in the 90s. If you're a kid playing this game and you're playing this, with the lights out at night and all you're hearing is this game, the fact that the aliens doesn't really make any moves until they start attacking you. I mean, if you're a kid, yeah, it is a possibility that this game would actually scare you. Now, being that it's 2023, for me personally, no, it really doesn't scare me. Guess I'll go over here, see what's over here. Okay, got some shotgun rounds.
Computer engaged.
Okay, go to the computer. Alright, general log. Here's one gripe I have too with this, is that I tend to read much faster than normal. So when it has like text appearing like this, it's like, can you not give me like an additional like command to basically like hit a button and then it just fills the screen with the text? It's like, no, I have to like wait, blah 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 blah. Okay. Yeah, hurry up. Okay, there you go. And of course, his location is unknown. So basically, I'm going to be wandering around.
Computer disengaged.
Oh, look, a door. Sweet. Oh no, here comes an alien. But yeah, there is one thing you might have noticed with these aliens so far is that they don't really travel the walls or anything like that. They basically just show up somewhere and they just essentially run towards you. And that's and here's the thing. I understand at the time technology-wise and what was available in terms of game development. I understand why the game was designed this way. At the same time, you had games that were already out, like Doom, that basically showed how to make really good maps for a first person shooter or a first person perspective game. Why was it a good idea to design a map so confusing that most of the time you are essentially wandering around? There were times when I was playing this game, and there was a point at time that I was legitimately trying to beat the game. And I couldn't because the map design was that confusing. I don't know if you noticed, but I still don't have security card 2. So yeah, basically I'm going around checking the rooms. And it's unfortunate too that a lot of times when you are playing a game like this and you need the map, you're basically going to be forced to essentially just leave the map open just so you can tell, okay, have I gone here yet? No? Okay. Oh, wait, look, there's an alien. All right. Get rid of that. Go in here. Search around. And yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead and reset the game. And we're going to check out the other two. So we're also going to check out the Alien and the Predator. So I'm going to go ahead and select the character. And we'll do the Alien. Now, out of the 3 different characters you can choose from, I personally think the Alien is the more interesting one, but it has to do more with the gameplay. So basically, it's giving you the story and the mission. So for the Alien, Queen is gone. Find Queen. Rescue. Cocoons vital to survival. Cocoon enemies with claw, tail, claw. So the game right there is already telling you what the objective is. Go find the Queen, rescue the Queen, and as long as you made cocoons, you technically can never lose. And while that sounds interesting, when you think about it, and of course, you start out by by being shot. So basically, to make a cocoon is claw, claw, tail, claw. Claw, tail, claw. Alright, so I made a cocoon. And if you notice, now it might be a little hard to see with this kind of background it does. But based on the bottom right corner, or the bottom left corner, excuse me. See that little circle? So that is the icon that represents the cocoon I made. So basically, the way you can never die in this game is you essentially have to wait. So basically, I can literally just find a corner, wait, and basically just camp until that cocoon is fully finished. So once that little icon turns into a full-grown alien, I can literally just go on and not really worry about dying, because once this alien I'm controlling right now dies, if the other cocoon is ready to go, it'll literally just load to that cocoon and basically continue on from that point. So think of it like a real-time save system. And yes, I do kind of want to wait until it's fully finished. I think it's either that or one more. Okay, that should be fully finished. Unless I lied. No, that must... No, okay, that's the finished one. Alright. So now... Alright, made that cocoon. So this alien is almost dead. So now... I need to find a way to get out of here. And like I said, this is the biggest problem with this game. Is the design of the map makes absolutely no sense. So let me get the map. I can bet you they designed the map this way on purpose to essentially prolong the gameplay. Because if they made it pretty straightforward, it would actually be a pretty short game. But I'd rather have it be a shorter game than a unnecessarily long, frustrating mess of a map design that I'm trying to figure out where to go. Okay, so I'm at a dead end, I think. Yeah. So I'm basically going to go back here, go this way, go this way. And this one's dying. Of course, what's funny about it is that I can still play until it actually starts loading. So right now it's actually loading back to that original spawn point where I laid the cocoon, and now here I am. So as long as I have a fully developed alien or a cocoon, I can technically never die. But in return, the life or the health bar for these aliens is actually really, really small. So that is something to keep in mind. So close that door, open this one, and it's going to load. Yes, for a cartridge-based console, there is loading. Technically, it's possible. Alright. There we go. Nope. Okay, so it is this big door right here. Oh no, there's two Colonial Marines right there. Well, can't do anything about that, so we'll just continue on. Man, it's so funny when you look at these older games. Like, man, this is supposed to be like more scary and everything, and seems more comical. All right, that one's ready to go. So now that I have a cocoon that is fully developed, I'll just do that for the one-hit kill. And it's going to hatch. But yeah, that's essentially what this one is. So I think this one's going to load a little bit longer. But yeah. And this is also an unfortunate side effect too, is that the map resets itself, which is a little bit annoying, honestly. So basically I need to find where that exit door is. I think it's over here. Yeah. So yeah, this is essentially what the alien's like. So even though your main objective is to find the queen, but to make sure you don't actually die, you always have to make sure that you're making these cocoons from the Colonial Marines. So there's my other cocoon right there. And what's actually kind of cool about this game too is that regardless of which character you're playing, you're always going to run into the other character. So if you're playing as the Colonial Marine, you're obviously going to be running into the aliens, but you're also going to be running into the Predator. When you're playing as the alien, not only you're going to be running into the Colonial Marines, but you're also going to be running into the Predator. Same thing with the Predator. If you're playing as the Predator, you're going to be running into the aliens and the Colonial Marines. So yeah, that's essentially what the alien's like. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the Predator. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, is this the door I can open? No. Oh yeah, you can't. You're the alien. You're not supposed to be operating elevators. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and reset this. Am I able to? There it goes. So now we're going to do the Predator. Claim the skull of the alien queen. Attack when visible to gain honor and points. Lose points by killing without honor. Points gain access to superior weapons. So basically, if you're familiar with the franchise and these characters, um, basically the Predator will stay invisible, and then he will then just expose himself right before killing. So that's essentially what he's supposed to be doing. Okay, this should be. Yeah, this should be the being invisible. So basically, I lost points there because I didn't kill him with honor. Of course, one issue with this is that, well, you're expecting to play the game like this. Yeah. Um, where am I supposed to go? And yes, all three different characters all suffer the same issue. See, in this, let me just talk a little bit more about the map. So, you go over here, it's a dead end. What kind of design map is this? I mean, you got this S-shaped area, and when you start thinking about it logically, it's like, what's the point of this area? This makes no sense. And I think they just designed the map this way, just so it's not too straightforward. They wanted the game to like last a little longer, so they basically designed a map that you're basically forced to just wander around. It's really annoying, honestly. So is this gonna be a dead end? Or at least there's a med kit here. Got honor points. Yeah. Is this game worth buying an Atari Jaguar for? Here's the thing. I understand why this game is basically like essentially the killer app for the Jaguar, but honestly, there are better games on the Jaguar than this. And that's the thing you have to remember too, is that yes, there is a lot of games on the system that are just absolute trash. No denying. But there are gems on here. There are legitimate good games for this system. But the problem is that a lot of the better games for the Jaguar is also available on other consoles. So when you start thinking about exclusives, well, you get stuff like this. But yeah, that's Alien vs. Predator for the Atari Jaguar. This is one of these games where I tried and tried and tried and tried multiple times to like this game. I just don't really care for it. So it is what it is, but I'm just going to go ahead and end it here. And thanks for watching. Like always, have a good one.